what really is next for Chris Eubank Jr. Up in Newcastle, where this man and I are heading later on this afternoon, he got into the ring at the third time of asking, and he forced Wanik Ajbadan to retire on his stool after 5 rounds. And now you're thinking, right, what lies ahead for Chris Eubank Jr.? He was saying before this fight, and he won it, fair play to him, he won it, but before this fight, come December, I'll be getting in the ring and I'll be having a major fight with somebody.
Yeah,
I made sure I was back in the ring within a few weeks' time, because we are going to make that December date 100%, and we didn't want things to drag over and miss the opportunity to fight 3 times this year, which is what I said I wanted to do. The options are unlimited. You've got all the world champions, you've got big names that don't have world titles, but the fight fans want to see. There's at least 5 or 6 names out there that we are looking at, and that one of them we will get, and it'll either be a world title fight or a big name, or both if we can. It's hard to do, but one or the other for sure.
So you think of it, Spencer, with all due respect to him, Liam Williams, front runner to fight him next, but is this the big fight that Eubank wants?
No, Eubanks wants the big. He's talking about a big fight. We've got to look at his age and how long he's been around now. He's not a prospect anymore. Eubanks is he's in the twilight of his career. This is the last roll of the dice. So, I think he'd be looking at like IBF champion Gennady Golovkin or Jamal Charlo, the WBC champion, someone like that. They're the sort of fighters that he's going to have to go and win a world title from. That's the tough fight, by the way. Tough fight from any of those names I mentioned. Demetrius Andrade as well, the WBO champion. All them fights are really hard fights for him. I reckon December we'll see him in the ring against Liam Williams. I really do. Liam Williams just failed in the world title attempt as well. Tough guy. Stylistically all wrong for Eubank, if I'm totally honest, because he will just keep coming with Liam Williams.
Yeah.
That's a dangerous fight, a really dangerous fight. That's where I see it happening. That's what I think will happen. I think that we was all hoping we'd see Eubanks in a world title fight. I don't think that will happen next.
Well, I mean, Simon, Chris Eubanks Jr., I know you've spoken about him before.
Yeah, and to him.
He says next year, 2022, he'll be a world champion.
You make me laugh.
Do certain fighters not understand irony? If you listen to the quote that Chris Eubank has said about Liam Williams and the fight, he has a lot to say. He's been very disrespectful and he needs to be brought down a peg or two. I mean, this is just the pot and the kettle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that a big fight? I mean, give credit where credit's due. Liam Williams is a good fighter. But is this the big fight that we're supposed to be building up to? Is this the momentum? Is this the exciting thing that Ben Shalom and his gang are bringing to us? Is that exciting for us? He's 32 years of age. He's fought 3 former world champions, right? And beaten one of them, which was a shadow of himself, in James DeGill.
Yeah.
Everyone else that's been a live one, whether it's George Groves and Billy Joe Saunders, beat him. 32 years of age. I don't care if you've made a lot of money out of the fight game, like you told us last time, Chris. Don't care if you've got a house in Las Vegas. If you're a fighting man, you win world titles like your dad did.
Yeah.
And whilst he at one time he was an interesting proposition, I find him deeply uninteresting.
Yeah, well, he's got, I think that if the Liam Williams fight does happen, I think that then we'll find out a little bit more about what he's got left in the tank. But like I said, the names that I'd mentioned who are world champions, current world champions at the moment,
Who beat him, by the way.
Tough ask.
Probably all 3 beat him.
Spencer, we find you deeply interesting. That's the difference. That's the difference, isn't it? That's the difference.
Just quickly, sorry, Liam Williams. How do you see that fight going?
Oh, I think Eubank would beat him.
You do? It's a tough fight.
A tough fight, but the
Very
guy's coming
tough
off the back
fight.
of a loss. I think Eubank's got enough around him to beat that fight.
Interesting.